Minglaba, welcome to MITV special talk show Perspectives. For this week, we have invited our honorable special guest speaker, Wei Jian, who is a counselor of Myanmar Press Council, chairman of E-Commerce Association of Myanmar, deputy chairman of Myanmar Digital Economy Association, UNFCCI, and also adjunct lecturer for MBF, EMBA, and MBA course at YUE. Sian Wei Jian also worked in UK and Singapore for professional capacity and banking and finance for more than 15 years. Mingla Sia, thank you very much for joining this talk show. Today we are going to discuss about influence. As for me, I have learned that influence is like a power that would enhance our ability on persuading and controlling to others. Share your knowledge on your opinions in influence, why influence is important.
Okay, the first thing is, you see, your life becomes a lot easier if people do what you say, right?
Yes.
So, or if you're a boss or if you're a manager, if all your juniors do exactly what you say, or all the juniors believe in you, your life is a lot easier. So that's the meaning of influence, right? When you influence people, people listen to you, people follow you. So that's why influence is important. But then you don't have to, instead of having to repeat 10 times, you can just say one time and people do it. So that's influence.
Yes.
Yeah, so it makes your life a lot easier and it's more efficient, it's more productive, yeah, it's more economical when you have influence. Yeah, so that influence you can apply in sales, marketing, politics, management, or the whole workplace. Right, so that influence is a very strong and very good principles that you need to understand.
Yes, and what are the 6 principles to influence people's decisions?
Yeah, there are actually 6. There's a professor from University of Arizona, Roberto Cialdini. He wrote about this influence, a globally famous influence book. Inside there, he wrote about he mentioned the 6 principles. The first one is reciprocity. The second one is the commitment and consistency. The third one is social proof. And the fourth one is liking. The fifth one is authority. And the sixth one is scarcity. Yeah, so these 6 principles that he mentioned. So you can use each principle individually, or you can use a combination of these principles and try to get what you really need to get. Try to get what you want. Yeah, so some people will say, hey, isn't it cheating people? Isn't it playing psycho on people? So essentially, it's not. Because when you think about it, even during the Sun Tzu time in like 400 BC, right? Sun Tzu say that deception is the art of warfare, right? He also has the English saying, all is fair in love and war, right? So it's not about you are doing the unfair, you're trying to cheat people. It's about, you are trying to deceive people's perception, not in a bad way. It's like, you can call it deception, a bit influence, you're trying to deceive. But, for example, a boyfriend and girlfriend go out. Let's say the girl has a lot of pimples on her face, right? She tried to cover it up with makeup. So essentially, is it deception? Is it cheating? Right? Because she wants to look herself beautiful. But she doesn't want the boyfriend to see her real face. That's why she covered with makeup. Right? So is that cheating? So we will not call it cheating, right? We try to sort of in a milder sense, you can call it deception. She is trying to deceive the boy's view of her to make herself more beautiful, right? If he doesn't put on any makeup, all the pimples, the boy will not like her. Yeah, so that's the same thing as influence. You are not trying to cheat or you're not trying to con people. It's just that you're trying to influence people so that people will follow your train of thought. People will follow your way. So that's the influence itself, right? That's why these are the basic foundation principles of influence.
Yes, that's. What is the reciprocity?
Reciprocity is the first principle of influencing people. Reciprocity refers to, you do a little bit of things for me, I'll do it back for you. It's like I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Yeah? So that reciprocity. Why? Because let's say if I want to get you to do something for me, right? For example, if I want you to get me lunch, right? That if I buy you, I come here, I buy you a Coke or a drink or whatever, then you feel that what? Oh, I have given you something. You have to give me back something in your mind, because most of the people do not want to be free riders, right? They don't want to be saying that, oh, she only take, only she never give back. So at the back of your mind, you always want to give back something,
Yes.
right? So if I bring you food for you every day for the past 5 days, and later on I ask you for a favor, then you have difficulty to reject me. Why? Because of this reciprocity principle. Because I have done something for you. So you, at the back of your mind, you want to do something back for me. So that is the reciprocity. Because people don't want to owe each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's.
So reciprocity is important in our society.
Yeah, correct. So you want people to listen to you. You need to at least, try to give them something, or try to give them something. That's something that doesn't have to be big.
Yes.
Right? Even a small gift, right, that people appreciate, and people, there are more chance that people will do things for you, people will follow your ideas.
Yes, yes. So this is how to use commitment and consistency concept.
Yeah, commitment and consistency is, people are more willing to do things for you or follow your way if I get your commitment first.
Yes.
Right? For example, if I'm trying to sell you tickets, right? Let's say very oldies like Kaiser or Meisui or Mekla concert ticket. If I just tell you, hey, you want to buy that ticket or not? Then you say, oh, no, and I'm not free on that day, she will say. But, so I cannot sell you that way. I got to sell you, hey, do you support Myanmar music or not? And you say, yes, I will support. That's I'm getting commitment. Huh? Then you will support old-time singers or not? Then you say, oh, yes, I support. I like them. I like Mekla, Meisui. Then you just start to say. Yeah. And then only at that time I say, oh, they have a concert coming in next month in Yangon. Would you want to join? And at that time you have difficulty saying no already, right? Because you have committed yourself that you like Myanmar songs, you like Myanmar old time singers, you're committed. Plus, your answer has to be consistent, right? You say you like Myanmar song, you like Myanmar older singer, but you don't want to go to these old people concert, then you are inconsistent. So in your mind, you want to be consistent. So that's how you sell, right? So by giving you the commitment, getting you the statement first, commitment first, then you are willing to. I'm able to sell the concert ticket to you, stage show tickets to you. Yeah, another example, if I want to give, let's say you have a house and the government want to put up a sign in front of the house. Let's say road safety, motorcycle, wear helmets or whatever. When you ride a motorbike, wear helmet with the cap. Right, you want to put up, but that sign is in front of your house. So if the government, somebody asks you, hey, can you put up that sign in front of your house? Then you say, no, why my house? I don't want to put up that sign. It's so ugly. You will say. So the government who wants to put you up the sign has to ask, hey, do you think that the people, on the roads there are so many accidents? Oh yes, I know. You want to prevent accidents or not? Yes, I want to prevent accidents. Right? You know that you believe that motorcycle people should wear helmets or not? Yes, they should wear. Otherwise, they will all die. And then only then I'll ask, then do you mind if I put up the signage in front of you, in front of your house about road safety, saying that it's dangerous to ride motorbikes without helmets? Then at that time, you will have to say yes.
Yeah.
You cannot say no. So that is the application of commitment and consistency. I commit you first into saying that road safety is important. I commit you into saying that road safety you will support. Then you cannot change your mind anymore, right? Because I already lock you in. Yeah, that is a commitment.
Commitment is very essential for all things in our workflow. Also, commitment and consistency is also very important for my colleagues.
Yeah.
So to be smooth workflow.
Yeah. That of course there is a workflow, but at the same time, because people are trained to commit what they say.
Yes.
Right? People are committed not to change their mind. So if you say, if I ask you, do you like dambao or not? Then you say, I like it a lot. Then I say, tomorrow my house is giving dambao and you want to come and eat. Then you cannot say no anymore. Because in the previously you say you like dambao.
Yes.
Right? So that is like that. Yeah, so once you commit in front, it's very difficult to change your commitment later on. So influences, in order to influence you, I'm using the principle that people are always committed to what they say. And people have to be consistent. You cannot just today like A and tomorrow change B, and you cannot.
Yes.
Yeah, you can use this principle to influence people's decisions.
Thank you. For this next question is how about social proof?
Social proof is, people mentality that if everybody is doing that, it must be right. That mentality. So, for example, right? If everybody is eating, let's say everybody is eating that, everybody going to that school, all the children are going to that teacher, then you also want your children to go to that teacher, but you don't know that teacher, because why in your concept is if everybody do that, it must be right.
Yes.
That's why a good example, I'll give it to you. When you go to the temple or monastery, or when you have the donation boxes, right? Right, donation boxes are never empty.
Yeah.
Why they are never left empty? Because the donation boxes, they always leave money below. Why? Because when you see the money, you know that other people have donated the money there. So what makes you feel that? So if everybody donate, it must be right. I also must donate. Yeah, then you get, well, if you see the donation box that is empty, you will not want to donate. Why? Because, hey, there must be something dodgy. Nobody is putting in money.
It distracts like.
Yeah. So it's like building trust. It's a technical term. It's not building trust. It's called social proof. Everybody is doing that, so you are prone to do that, right? So everybody is going to Maymyo. Oh, then I must also go and Maymyo and see what's happening in Maymyo. But that may not be suitable. But just because everybody is going there to Pyongyang, you also want to go there.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the. That's how you influence. If I say that, like, I'm selling holiday in Maymyo or Pyongyang, and I say, oh, everybody is going to Pyongyang, then you change. You say, oh, maybe I should go also. Yeah, that's how you are. Yeah, that's how you influence people.
Yes. Next, what does liking have to do with influence?
Okay, liking is you can only influence people if they like you, right? Yeah. So if people don't like you, you cannot influence, right? So let's say in the first place you don't like me, you don't like my face. How would you ever listen to what I say, right? So that's why the likability factor has to increase.
Yes.
Right? How do you increase the likable? How do you make yourself likable? Well, you dress nicely, you speak nicely. And the other way to increase the likability is you try to relate to, we try to relate to each other. Yeah. For example, let's say you are from Molamyai. Oh, they say, oh, I'm also from Molamyai. Then when I say that, you started liking me because we are also from the same town. Yes. Right, let's say you went to Dagong Te, you went to high school in Dagong, high school number 1 in Dagong, right? You went to Dagong Te. Then I say, oh, I'm also from Dagong Te. Yes. Then you started to like me and trust me. So which means whatever I say is more influencing to you than somebody from, Zagai. Yeah, somebody from Zagai, let's say you went to Dagong Te. Somebody from Zagai come and talk to you. Somebody from Dagong Te come and talk to you. Which one you believe more? Yeah, from Dagong Te. Why? That's because by associating with that, you become likable instantly. Yes. The other likability is races. Right? If you are of the same race, or if you are Shan, then I'm also Shan, then you instantly begin to like me better than the others. So you can make people like you more, as I say just now. By dressing up nicely, by smelling nice. Yes. Yeah, by putting accessories like earrings and necklaces and all these, you make people like you. Then whatever you say can influence people more. So that's the likability.
Yes. How about the authority and scarcity?
Yeah, authority is number 5 one. Yes. Authority is normally people are trained to follow what the authority says. So for example, if your boss or authority, somebody from authority, if the minister say, hey, you should do this, then you follow. If somebody else say you will not follow, a good example is this, For example, you're crossing the road. Somebody wearing a singlet and somebody wearing shabby, hey, don't cross the road this way. Why are you talking to me like that? But if a policeman say that, you don't cross the road here, then you say, oh, okay, sorry then. Yeah, that's a meaning of influencing you. Yeah. So how do we apply that? So we need to be a figure of authority. So how do you be more authoritative? One of the authorities is your titles, right? If you say UAGen, MBA, blah, 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 so many tales, then you say, wow, when he say that must be true because he has so many educational
Yes,
qualifications. Yeah, so there's a way to influence people, right? If UAGen, then nothing else, said that, then nobody will, only dance, then nobody will listen to me. That's one influence. The other one is a uniform,
Yes.
right? If I walk into the hospital with a doctor's duty coat on, people will listen to me, even though I'm not a doctor.
Respect people.
No, because of the uniform. Not because of people don't know that I'm not. People don't know that I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Yeah. So, but I wear the doctor uniform and go into Yangon General Hospital. People will listen to me. Yes, yeah, yes, yeah. Why? It's still me, but because of the uniform. So, uniform is one of the way of expressing authority. To make people follow you. That's why all the ministers in DG, they try to wear jackets and typo and all the better looking uniforms so that that's to influence people. Yeah, that's why all the military they have uniform.
Yes.
Right? When you see the uniform, typically you regard it as authority. Yeah, the last one is authority is you have expensive cars or expensive jewelries. That is also an expression of authority. So normally when you're driving, right, in front of your car, if you see a Mercedes Benz, suddenly stop, you don't know horn yet. Right? You don't press a horn because this guy must be somebody. Right? But if you see a taxi stopping in front of you, why? Right? It's the same car. It's just a car stopping the same thing.
They do not respect.
No, yeah, it's not but it's not a matter of respect, I would say. It's a matter of people perception that the guy who is driving a Mercedes will have a higher authority than the guy who is driving a taxi. So because of that, they try to give more allowance to the guy who is driving a Mercedes. Yeah, so that's how you get influence, right? So if you drive a Mercedes and come to your place, you have a parking, he will give it to you. Why? Because you are influencing people into giving their parking spot because they thought that you are somebody with authority. So that's the authority. And the sixth point of the influence, principal influence is the scarcity. Scarcity. Normally, people will try to get things if the things are scarce. Scarce means in very little quantity, right? Oh, this is the last piece that you got.
Yes.
After that, no more. Then people will tend to buy more, right? Because normally people scarcity make people want the item more, right? If you have this, this ring, this is the last two pieces left, no more. Then people will be influenced into buying that thing. So that's the last part of the 6 principles of influence.
Yes, yeah, very interesting. So last question is, could you tell me examples of using all these principles at one go?
Yeah, for example, let's say you want to borrow money from your auntie, right? You want to borrow money. So if you just go to your auntie house and you say, Auntie, I want to borrow money, then what do you think she's going to say? No, I don't have money, go away, right? So how do you use influence? First of all, you got to find out what your auntie like to eat. So you bring what she wants to eat, right? So then after let's say she like to eat biryani, dambao, right? So you bring her dambao. Then you give her, you give her compliments and you talk about your relatives, and so that you try to create the fact that she'll be more likable. The fact that you are more likable to her. Plus, use the principle of reciprocity. You give her something, right? And then the other one is you can also then you can ask, only after that you ask for the loan. Then when you ask for the loan also you can get her commitment first. Oh, Auntie, you're always helping out the relatives, aren't you? Hey, all these things. Then eventually when you say you need a loan, then it's very difficult for her to refuse. Yeah, so that's the first example combining that. The other good example would be when you go to the supermarket, right, City Mart or Ocean or whatever, you see people dressed in the chef uniform, the white uniform, try to sell you instant noodles or whatever, right, or cookies or whatever. Try that. That is also using the influence. The first thing is they give you a small cookie or they let you try the noodles, isn't it? Try this, whether it tastes nice or not. Once you try it, what? You need to reciprocate in your mind is, I cannot eat for free. I got to give her back something, that girl.
Yes.
Right, so that's reciprocity. And the other one is plus your commitment. right? They ask you, oh, this is good, this is blah blah blah, this Korean noodles, you like Korean stuff, right? All these things they can small chat. Plus, they can also use that. They only use the power authority.
Yes.
They always dress like a chef. In fact, they are not chef, right? They are just selling noodles, but they say chef uniform with a cap, and they try to make it professional. They try to make it authority on the noodles that they are selling. Plus, when they show you the noodle boxes, they only leave a few inside. They tell you, oh, it's running out. That's the last box, right? And then you'll be forced to take that noodles. Yeah. So no, that's why when you see the advertisement, like when you see the toothpaste or whatever, toothbrush advertisement, yep, they're always using the doctor's coat, a white coat. Why? Right? Because they want to influence his authoritative figure speaking. But actually, they're just salespeople.
Yes, thank you very much for your detailed explanation. We have learned about the 6 principles of influence that are reciprocity, consistency, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity. So, how these 6 principles are essential for us to leave the others and influence with the best decision, not only for me, but also for everyone. Thank you very much for your detailed explanation and your kind presence for this talk show, Sia.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have been watching MITV special talk show Perspective. Thanks for joining us.